The Big Four accounting firms, Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG, dominate global auditing. Their reputation for independence and expertise makes them the auditors of choice worldwide. Recently, they've faced scrutiny in China due to high-profile corporate scandals. The Evergrande crisis highlighted concerns about audit quality and financial stability. China's real estate sector experienced unprecedented growth leading up to the Evergrande crisis. Fueled by easy credit and soaring property prices, developers like Evergrande amassed enormous debt. Evergrande epitomized this boom and bust cycle. The company's rapid expansion was financed by hidden debt. PwC, Evergrande's auditor, failed to raise red flags. This raised serious questions about PwC's auditing practices. Critics argued PwC was too lenient, influenced by lucrative fees. The collapse of Evergrande sent shockwaves through the Chinese economy. The company's default on its massive debt obligations triggered a chain reaction, impacting suppliers, creditors, and home buyers. The crisis exposed the vulnerabilities of China's real estate-dependent economy and the risks posed by unchecked corporate debt. The government intervened with a series of measures aimed at containing the fallout. But the crisis had already damaged investor confidence and raised concerns about the stability of the financial system. The crisis also had significant implications for the auditing profession. The Chinese government, determined to prevent similar crises in the future, announced a crackdown on accounting firms. Regulators launched investigations into the Big Four, scrutinizing their auditing practices and demanding greater transparency. The government also signaled its intention to strengthen auditing regulations, increase oversight of the accounting profession, and promote the development of domestic accounting firms. Section 4. China's regulatory response. In response to the Evergrande crisis, the Chinese government implemented measures to strengthen auditing standards and restore confidence. These included increased scrutiny of auditing practices and a push for greater transparency. The government encouraged state-owned enterprises to switch auditors from the Big Four to domestic firms. The regulatory crackdown significantly impacted the Big Four. Firms reassessed their operations, facing increased scrutiny and potential fines. This created opportunities for domestic accounting firms, aligning with government objectives. Section 5. The future landscape of auditing in China. The Evergrande crisis and the subsequent regulatory response are likely to have a lasting impact on the auditing profession in China. The government's push for stricter regulations, greater transparency, and the development of domestic accounting firms suggests a future where the Big Four's dominance may be challenged. Chinese companies, particularly state-owned enterprises, may increasingly turn to domestic firms seen as more aligned with the government's priorities. However, the Big Four's global reach, expertise, and experience will continue to be valuable assets, particularly for Chinese companies seeking to access international capital markets. The firms that can adapt to the changing regulatory environment, demonstrate a commitment to transparency and ethical practices, and build strong relationships with Chinese regulators will be best positioned to navigate the evolving landscape of auditing in China. Section 6. Conclusion: a new era of accountability. The scrutiny of the Big Four accounting firms in China, particularly in the wake of the Evergrande crisis, marks a turning point in the country's approach to corporate governance and financial oversight. The government's determination to strengthen auditing standards, increase transparency, and promote accountability signals a new era of heightened scrutiny for corporations and their auditors. The long-term impact of these changes remains to be seen, but it is clear that the auditing profession in China is undergoing a significant transformation. The firms that can adapt to the new realities, prioritize ethical practices, and regain public trust will be the ones that continue to thrive in this evolving landscape. The Evergrande crisis serves as a stark reminder of the crucial role that auditors play in ensuring financial stability and the importance of upholding the highest standards of professional integrity.